Welcome into OutKick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I hope all of you are having spectacular Fridays. You're ready for the NFL this weekend. You're ready for college football. You're ready for the U.S. Open. You are ready for the NHL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, whatever you would like to watch this weekend. We are swimming in complete sporting excess. Never seen anything like it. And right now, you can get hooked up. Go gamble. FanDuel.com/Clay. FanDuel.com/Clay. $1,000 free to play with. Or if you don't want to put a lot of money in, maybe you want to make the decision to just bet $10 on the Kansas City Chiefs and you get back 15 to 1, $150. Maybe you want to put $10 down on the Baltimore Ravens and you get back a payday of 15 to 1. New users, FanDuel.com/Clay. You can go sign up even if your state doesn't yet have gambling. And in that app and in that sign up, when your state goes live, they will email you and say, boom, you can go gamble now. So FanDuel.com/Clay. Go get signed up today. I appreciate somebody saying that right there. They joined the OutKick VIP yesterday. Their life is already better. Nice couple of wins last night. I gave you the Bengals to cover, and I gave you the over. The over cashed with ease. Go sign up at the OutKick VIP. Next week, I'm going to start giving you all my college football gambling picks with the official return of SEC football. We've got a lot to get to. Got television coming up here in a little bit, and then I've also got my 6-year-old's birthday party that I got to get to. So that's going to be a wild Friday night for me. All right, several different things. Go sign up for the OutKick VIP. Get hooked up today, outkick.com. All right, Joe Burrow, 37 completions last night. 61 pass attempts. The Bengals line can't block for him, but I am a believer in Joe Burrow. I was a believer after I watched him play 3 times last year in person against Bama, against Georgia, and against Clemson. And I said, my God, I've never seen somebody see the field like him. The way he moves in the pocket was Tom Brady-esque to me, okay? He's young. He's got a lot to learn. But if I'm a Bengals fan, I am super optimistic about potentially what he could be capable of on that team. So, Joe Burrow gets the cover. I told you to take over on the number of touchdown passes he would throw. We won there too. Good overall night for gambling Thursday night football. So, Baker Mayfield, not a believer. Haven't been a believer now for a couple of years. I think in the state of Ohio, it's clear Joe Burrow dunking balls in the face style long term on Baker Mayfield. All right. So that to me is the biggest takeaway from Thursday night football. I got to talk to you about this decision, though. I can't believe this is not getting more attention. Media in Pittsburgh should be ashamed over the fact that they aren't covering this story. So the Pittsburgh Steelers team decided to put the name of an alleged victim of police misconduct, Antoine Rose, on the back of all of their helmets. Did you hear about this? Steelers wrote a man's name, Antoine Rose, on the back of all of their helmets. I don't know if no one in the Steelers actually did any investigation in this case. I don't know if they looked up anything about him. The only reason I started to hear about this was because several Steeler players started to speak out and say, I don't want this guy's name on the back of my helmet. Antoine Rose, according to the victim of a drive-by shooting in Pittsburgh, was the shooter of him. He was a drive-by shooter. Let me tell you, said the man who was shot. The beef was between me and him. That car came by. He shot me. I ran to the store. All right? The car was then pulled over by a police officer because they had called police seeking help. Antoine Rose fled from the police, ran away. He was shot. In his pocket was a gun clip, a magazine, and under his seat was found a gun. As if that were not enough, he was tested, and his right hand tested positive for gun residue, meaning he had recently fired a weapon. Now, he wasn't charged with a crime because he was shot and killed by a police officer. They did charge the police officer with a crime. A jury in Pittsburgh, 9 men, 9 white people, 3 black people, debated and unanimously found that he was not the officer culpable for any wrongdoing at all. So the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise is wearing the name on a helmet of a guy that was alleged to have committed a drive-by shooting by the man who was shot. There was a gun under his seat. He fled with a gun clip in his pocket from police. And there was gun residue on his hand. And this is a hero that the Pittsburgh Steelers feel the need to put the name on their helmet? This is absolutely crazy. This is shameful. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the NFL, whoever signed off on this being possible, failed on an epic level, and the media is so afraid of questioning any Black Lives Matter narrative that they're not even pointing out a lie here. This guy was a criminal, and the Steelers are advocating for him like he was a hero. I don't understand it. And meanwhile, 43 police officers, up 40% over last year, have been shot and killed in the line of duty so far this year because athletes have declared war on police, and many people have stopped giving authority to police, respecting them. And there's now officers being shot almost on a weekly basis in cold blood who have done absolutely nothing wrong. Athletes are using their platform to speak out for the wrong reasons. And teams are honoring potential murderers. Guys who are trying to kill people are now being honored on NFL team helmets. This is crazy. Just go research the Antoine Rose case yourself. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how the Steelers could have ever made this decision. And there are a lot of people out there defending this decision who didn't read the facts of the case, who didn't take the time to actually research anything. This is absolute insanity. The NFL is honoring a guy who is accused by the guy who was shot of being a drive-by shooter. A guy who had a gun in the car, fled police, had gun residue on his hand. And no one is covering it? This is a high-level scandal. They are potentially honoring a drive-by shooter who tried to kill another man, as if that somehow is in any way an honorable thing to do. It's crazy. It's absolute insanity. People need to stand up and look at the facts, and I credit the Steeler players, Marquise Pouncey, Alejandro Villanueva, I believe is his name, for making the decision to not put this guy's name on their helmet, which is the only reason that I even have heard of this story. And what's absolutely crazy is I got to give credit to OutKick for uncovering and being able, when you actually get out there, to contemplate it, to actually look at the data. The Steelers should be ashamed of themselves. They should pull every single reference to this guy off of their helmets. And why aren't more people in the media talking about it? It's a failure of epic magnitude. Absolute epic magnitude. And I give credit to the Steelers players who are calling them out on it. But I got to say this. OutKick reached out to the Steelers and we said, hey, who actually made this decision And the Steelers effectively are declining comment. We've got a story going up soon. We're going to cover it if nobody else is. It's wild. Go look it up for yourself. Houston and Baylor canceled their game for tomorrow because of contact tracing issues. Let me just say this straight up. Contact tracing in college football is being implemented in an absolutely ludicrous fashion. There is no way that if you have come in close contact with somebody who isn't in any way exhibiting any symptoms, that you shouldn't be able to do anything to play football. It's absolutely crazy. It's lunacy. It's absurdity. Okay? You should be able to play football as long as you are testing negative. We don't have any cases of football spreading through the actual game. Contact tracing is the Corona Bros' last Hail Mary to try to keep sports from being played. We have yet to establish that the coronavirus is remotely dangerous for athletes within the games themselves, or, frankly, that it's even dangerous for college kids. College kids are more likely to die of the seasonal flu. They're more likely to be murdered. They're more likely to die of alcohol poisoning. They are more likely to die of a drug overdose. They are more likely to die of a car accident. All of these things are far more deadly to the average college athlete or college student in general than anything else. It is absolutely mind-boggling to me that this contact tracing idea has actually managed in any way to take root. And so, again, if you test positive, pull those guys out, but we don't need to isolate everybody who came in close contact with somebody. And this is why I've been arguing for a long time that the best solution in college football is herd immunity. That everybody needs to get this thing so we can move on. And by the way, the other thing people like to talk about is they say, oh, well, you can get it more than once. If you can get it more than once, then there's no way we could ever have a vaccine. So which would mean that all the Corona Bros would never be able to go back to their normal lives. If you don't get immunity when you get this, and you can get it more than once, then why are you waiting for a vaccine? If you test positive, fine, you shouldn't be able to play. Although I would argue if you test positive and you don't have a fever and you don't have any symptoms, you should still be able to play because this thing is not dangerous to your average college kid. We let kids play with the flu all the time. We let kids play with the cold all the time. Kids all the time have been playing sports. We don't know what actually happened with the Jordan flu game. But if you have to have a test to see whether or not you are sick, you're not actually sick, okay? The people who are testing positive and are asymptomatic, let them spread it through college campuses. Let's be done with it. Let's get herd immunity built up, and let's go on with our lives. Don't go to nursing homes, which is where people are dying of this. Don't hang out around your grandma and your grandpa. Stay on a college campus. Only be around college kids. Nobody's getting hospitalized for this. Just make good decisions and hang out around people your own age. I'm over it. I'm living my life. Going to movie theaters, going to restaurants, hop on an airplane. We got a 6-year-old birthday party we're about to have later today. We're planning our own Halloween party. Like, get on with your life. If people don't want to go out and go to events, that's their choice. But this is easy decision. Make good choices in your life. Get on with your life. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A true hero dies but one. Not trying to brag or draw attention to myself, but I am a true hero. And so I think that this is an easy call. Stop. I just happened to look over here, and I'm like, you are such an idiot. I just got to wipe out some of you who are so dumb and so fearful and so pathetic and so running around in complete fear all of your life. I got to just tell you that you are done and you are gone forever. Blowing off right here the gun. And so it's fun to come in and just wipe people out because I picture them curled up in their basement, terrified under the covers, not having gone outside in a long time. And this is great. Oh, my Uber driver last night. Thanks for taking me to the studio. I had my Uber driver just hopped in the comments last night. It's gotten pretty common for me when I hop in the Uber that we've got a lot of people who are driving around in Ubers that are fans of the show, especially if they are younger guys. So I appreciate you. I just saw my Uber driver commenting. Hope you gave me 5 stars. I don't know what my Uber rating is, but try to be a good guy. Also, pose for photo with him. So it's good. Pac-12, Mountain West, and MAC working towards coming back. Corona Bros are going to have nothing left. All of college football is going to play. All they've got left is to sit around and worry about contact tracing. The governor of Tennessee. The governor of Tennessee has gone to war with the mayor of Nashville. And the mayor of Nashville, according to the governor of Tennessee, Nashville is the slowest recovering major metropolitan city in the entire nation because of the insane, ridiculous, without precedent and without justification rules that are in place for bars and restaurants in Nashville. It doesn't make any sense, the decisions that this puny tyrant, John Cooper, is implementing on our city. And I give credit to Governor Bill Lee for coming in the state of Tennessee and basically showing him the pimp hand yesterday and letting it be known that he is not in any way going to be helpful for the mayor of Nashville. I think this guy needs to get removed from office. I think we need a brand new mayor. I think we need to have all the bars open, all the restaurants open, let people go back to work, protect people in nursing homes, let everybody else go back to work. Easy solution. Incredibly easy solution. If you live in Nashville, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't live in Nashville, there's probably some petty tyrant in your city or your state that is also trying to restrict basic human rights with no justification whatsoever. I appreciate what's going on with the governor of Tennessee. Nice job, Bill Lee. Finally, this is kind of funny. A weightlifter has called out Chris Cuomo for his viral videos where he claims to be super strong and said that all of his weights are fake. There's no way he's actually lifting the weights that he's claiming to lift, which would be a perfect scandal for CNN to actually have to deal with. So that in and of itself, you can go read about it at OutKick. I want to thank all of you for supporting OutKick. A lot of good games coming up this weekend. I'll be on Fox Bet Live giving you my best bets going into the weekend. Go sign up today. FanDuel.com/Clay. 15-1 payout for the Chiefs, 15-1 payout for the Ravens. You bet $10, you get back $150. You can also get $1,000 in credit cash to be able to wager. Go get signed up today. FanDuel.com/Clay. Also, appreciate all of you who are signing up in record numbers for our OutKick VIP. Thank you for supporting OutKick. I just got the numbers on the OutKick podcast. The numbers continue to skyrocket. We're going to be up massively again in September. I just keep waiting for us to reach our peak, and it doesn't keep happening. Millions of you keep signing up and listening to the podcast. Thank all of you. My name is Clay Travis. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. I will see you guys on Monday on the radio show. If craziness happens on Saturday or Sunday, I might well hop into Facebook or into Periscope. I will see you guys. I appreciate you. Like I said, DBAP unless you need to SBAP. I got to go do my television show now. See y'all. Bye.